Now, for the first time, Kristin Cabot is speaking out, giving interviews to the New York Times and the Times of London,
I mean, she was incredibly open and honest with me. The first physical embrace the two of them. I mean, this is like 3 seconds into the first physical contact they've ever had, and this camera pans around to them.
For months, the entire internet has been waiting for this moment. Ever since that Coldplay concert clip turned two strangers into the most talked about faces online, people wondered if either of them would ever speak again. Now, Kristin Cabot has finally broken her silence, and her version of that night has stunned everyone who followed the scandal. The interview didn't just answer old questions, it opened brand new ones. What she revealed about the kiss, the backlash, and the fallout around her family is already shaking up the narrative, and it's forcing people to look at that viral moment with fresh eyes. Before we go deeper, let me ask you something. When you saw that kiss cam clip for the first time, what did you genuinely think happened behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts below, because this entire situation has taken twists nobody predicted. And while you're at it, hit like if you want more updates like this. Now, Kristin didn't just release a statement on social media or quietly correct rumors. She sat down for a full interview, expressing emotions she never shared before. And right away, the most surprising part was how different the private story was from the internet's version. She described the moment as a bad decision, one she didn't fully process in the heat of the night.
The caught-on-camera moment coming after drinking a few high-noon cocktails.
So
Cabot says the co-workers connected over their similar marital issues at home. Cabot then inviting Byron to the concert when she had an extra ticket with friends.
Kristin said she'd had a couple of drinks, the kind that lower your guard when you're already going through a difficult period. She admitted the kiss was impulsive, unexpected, and deeply regretted once the cameras caught it. According to her, it wasn't part of a long-running secret romance or some pre-planned meetup. It wasn't rehearsed, arranged, or coordinated in any way. To hear her tell it, it was the kind of emotional slip that happens when you're dealing with personal stress and suddenly find yourself in a high-energy environment where everything feels amplified. But while she understood the mistake instantly, she had no idea how quickly the world would react.
Following the latter, the scandal has been like a scarlet letter. People erased everything I'd accomplished in my life and achieved in my career.
Within hours, the clip spread everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, every platform turned it viral. Millions of people were suddenly experts on her life, her marriage, and her intentions. The internet didn't wait for context. It didn't wait for facts. It didn't wait for anyone involved to speak. It just exploded. Kristin described waking up to more calls, messages, and notifications than she had ever seen. Some were concerned, many were angry, but a huge number were downright cruel. She says the wave of comments frightened her family, especially her kids, who found themselves dragged into a scandal they had nothing to do with.
All of it frightening for her already traumatized children. My kids were afraid that I was going to die and they were going to die, she said.
What shocked viewers most during her interview was how deeply she felt the online harassment. She talked about sleepless nights, constant anxiety, and the sinking reality that a single moment, one mistake, can destroy careers and reputations. Reports confirmed that both she and Andy Byron stepped down from Astronomer after the controversy. Even after the company said their internal review found no policy violations, the public pressure became impossible to carry. Kristin said the decision wasn't just about her own well-being, but also her children's. They were facing questions at school, whispers from classmates, and judgment from strangers who only knew a few seconds of their mother's life. But it wasn't only the harassment that hurt her. In her interview, Kristin revealed how shocked she was that the moment at the Coldplay concert became something more like a global debate. She didn't expect celebrities to comment on it, talk shows to joke about it, or random influencers to treat it like a storyline from a reality show. It was surreal to her that people across continents felt entitled to decide whether she deserved forgiveness or punishment. She mentioned that she never expected such mocking reactions from public figures, and some of the jokes made the situation feel even more overwhelming. It's one thing to deal with strangers online. It's another when people with platforms amplify the humiliation.
It says it was as if someone flipped a switch. I'll never be able to explain it in any articulate or intelligent way. I was so embarrassed and so horrified. I'm the head of HR and he's the CEO. It's like so cliche and so bad.
Another part of the interview that grabbed attention was her explanation of where things stood in her marriage. Kristin confirmed that she and her husband were in a difficult place at the time of the concert, and separation was already being discussed. She emphasized that the kiss wasn't the cause of the marital problems. It was a symptom of an emotional moment during a stressful period of her life. Still, she understands how the internet interpreted it. People saw what they wanted to see: drama, scandal, and a convenient villain. She admitted the pain this caused her husband, but she also clarified that the world didn't know the full story of what had been happening privately. She also spoke about Andy Byron, the man in the video, and addressed the rumors that there was a years-long affair between them. Kristin denied that completely. She said the kiss seen that night was the first and only one. There was no hidden romance, no secret relationship, no repeated encounters. She described Andy as someone who was also going through personal struggles at the time, and the moment between them was fueled by emotion, not a long-term connection. For months, the internet painted an entire storyline. One, she says, was never real. What made the interview even more gripping was the emotional weight Kristin carried. You could hear it in her voice. She wasn't trying to play a victim. She wasn't blaming the internet for everything. She simply wanted people to understand that real lives sit behind viral videos. She mentioned that even when she tried stepping away from social media, the story followed her everywhere. Strangers recognized her. Paparazzi showed up unexpectedly. And what she described as the most heartbreaking part was watching her kids struggle with something they never asked for. Kristin said she waited months to speak because she needed time to breathe, time to reflect, time to protect her family before opening the door again. The silence wasn't about hiding anything. It was about survival. During the interview, she made it clear that she felt this experience scarred her in ways she's still processing. She described losing her job, losing her privacy, and almost losing herself in the storm of comments, jokes, and assumptions. When the interviewer asked her what she'd change if she could go back, her answer was simple. She would have walked away from the kiss cam moment entirely. But here's where things get complicated. Even though Kristin has now told her side of the story, many people still feel there are unanswered questions. Not because she's lying, but because the internet is addicted to drama. Some viewers wonder why she chose this moment to speak. Others speculate about what might happen next between her, Andy, and their families. Kristin didn't provide every detail of her personal life, and honestly, she doesn't owe that to anyone. But the interview reignited public interest, and suddenly the Coldplay scandal is trending again. The story refuses to fade.
The Times of London that initially the company that she had been working for at the time of this incident, they actually wanted her to come back after performing an internal investigation, but she said she didn't feel like she could come back as a human resources manager. So she says she has been looking for other work since, but has been told that she is unemployable.
You really feel terrible.
Toward the end of the interview, Kristin said she hopes sharing her experience will help people understand the reality behind digital mobs. She wants people to think before turning someone into a punchline. She wants people to consider that family members always get caught in the crossfire. She wants viewers to realize that a viral moment doesn't define an entire person. She also mentioned she hoped the band itself might eventually acknowledge how their concert cameras contributed to the public chaos. Not to blame them, but to spark a conversation about privacy in massive live events. As viewers watched the interview, many noticed a shift in how they felt. Some who had mocked her at the beginning admitted they didn't expect her side to sound so emotional. Others who believed the internet's version began to reconsider. There's something powerful about hearing someone describe a mistake in their own words. Kristin didn't dodge responsibility, and she didn't sugarcoat anything. She just told the truth as she experienced it. And that honesty gave the story a new dimension. What comes next remains unclear. Kristin says she's focusing on her children, rebuilding her peace, and staying out of the spotlight. She understands the internet has a short memory, but she also knows viral scandals have a strange way of resurfacing. With her interview spreading now, new reactions and commentary are emerging. Some supportive, some critical, some confused. But one thing is certain: the Coldplay moment isn't going away anytime soon. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. After hearing everything Kristin shared, do you think the internet judged her too quickly? Do you think this interview changes anything? Tell me below. I'm reading every comment. And if you want to stay updated on everything happening around this scandal and the people involved, tap subscribe so you never miss the next breakdown. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories just like this. Your support keeps the channel going and helps more people find these deep dives.